Hello and welcome to another edition of Sand Shark Bites. Hello, way out there. I'm Justin Jarrett, your host, and joined by the man who won big on Super Tuesday, James A. Duffy. We are talking history, a historic episode of Sand Shark Bites.
Absolutely.
Not just because of that sweet new intro, but because the baseball team is making history. Now 16-2, best start in program history, which dates back to 2009, so a very long and distinguished history. But nonetheless, the best start ever, supplanting 2012 when, of course, the season ended in Lewiston, Idaho. So how about that Sand Shark baseball team? And you'll be able to see them right here on County Channel on Friday.
And we're having a lot of success all around the field, on the pitching mound, at bat, in the field. It's all, everybody doing everything.
Yeah, it's just been unreal. I mean, we opened the season by splitting a doubleheader that we felt like we should have swept, and you go, oh man, this might be a tough year. And then all of a sudden we're 16-2 and just absolutely dominating. Won 2 games at Bruton Parker on Tuesday, 19-0 and 20-1. And
39-1 over 18.
It was pretty absurd, and hopefully getting a few more W's this weekend against Florida Memorial.
It looks like an old softball score.
Yeah,
from last year or something.
Back in the day when we set up the inaugural season schedule, you don't know what you're going to have, so you have to make sure that you get some games in there you think you'll be able to win. And but no, it was against Bruton Parker, which has fallen off quite a bit this year. That's been one of our big non-conference rivals over the years, but obviously they're not quite at the level they have been this year. But at the same time, Sand Sharks playing amazing baseball. They swept a 3-game series at Ave Maria over the weekend after we talked to Coach Brian Llewellyn. And I saw Brian this morning, and he's got a little stubble coming in. He's going to have to grow it all in nice, and then shave off this part and get a little stashy. So he's working on it. He owes his team a bushy mustache.
Okay, well, good luck with that.
But yeah, you'll be able to see Game 1 this weekend on Friday at noon, right on the County Channel, and then we'll have the final 2 games of the series on the Sand Shark Game Day Network. Doubleheader Friday, single game on Saturday at noon. And you mentioned, I mean, we literally would have to go through almost the whole roster to talk about all the standouts right now. Cal Davis continues to swing the bat exceptionally well. A personal favorite, a favorite of the show, Charlie McDennis, hit a home run yesterday.
That's Charlie McGinnis for his mom, who named him.
Yes, we call him Charlie McDennis, but we know his real name. Shout out to Tim as well. I know Tim's a viewer. Nick Payne is just tearing it up. Tommy Estepari is on fire. Matt Kiyanka is having a fantastic year. Everybody's swinging it great, and we've got the second best ERA in the nation with that fantastic pitching staff. John Gora, Julio DePena, and Jamie Strock have been incredible as starters, and then the bullpen's been great as well. And Justin Cortesas gave us 5 shutout innings yesterday. So, I mean, top to bottom, this team is just getting it done.
It's fantastic. It's a great time to be a Sand Shark fan.
It's always a great time to be a Sand Shark.
It's very rewarding at this time,
though,
to have those games we won again and again, and it's great out at Hardeeville. We love going out there and watch those games. We'd like to be playing a little closer to home one of these days soon, but
yes, we would. So
softball's still on the road, though.
Softball's still out there. They're fighting the good fight too, man. They are playing some incredible competition. They came away from Hattiesburg, Mississippi last weekend with an 0-4 record, but with a lot of positives. I mean, they played 4 top 10 teams really tough.
And they were really enthusiastic about it when it was all over. They said, we played great. The defense is awesome. There's something wrong with the bats. There's a little jinx. There's a juju. There's some bad
bad juju.
You got to go kill a chicken or something and do something.
Yeah, it's going to come, though. I mean, it's one of those things, baseball and softball, hitting slumps happen. They really do. And when you play a short season like you do in college, they're magnified a little bit. And, Haley Brown and Missy Hughes, 2 players who have been great hitters throughout their career, have struggled a little bit, haven't found holes. That's not gonna. They're gonna. The opposite of regression to the mean is going to happen. They're going to come around and they're going to get their hits, and Hopefully that whole lineup gets hot at the same time.
And we're going to see those
And
20-1 games from
it's gonna
19
be-
to nothing or something like that again. We're
It's
going
going to
to
be
see it again.
dangerous when they get it going.
Yeah,
And the pitching staff's been fantastic.
Yeah,
So if the
again.
bats can come around, yeah, it's going to be a good team.
I'm excited. Yeah,
I am
we
too.
don't see him at home. We see him at home.
See them at home on
Next
March
week.
10th.
March
yeah,
10th,
they're
the
finally
Thursday.
coming back. It's been a long month without them.
It has
I'm looking
been.
forward to seeing them at home, and that wears on you too. And they're a young team, a lot of freshmen, sophomores in key roles, and already away from home for the first time, some of them, and kind of adjusting to that. And then, you're playing all your games on the road for a month. That's a tough situation for them. I know that getting back home, getting back into a routine will certainly benefit them. I really think so.
And we're on spring break next week, so they'll have a nice little rest periodically to get them to.
Yeah, and then they get into conference play the weekend after that, so it's going to get heavy real soon.
Real fast, yeah.
Women's golf.
Women's golf,
Had
yeah.
a nice tournament.
Yeah, down
out
at
in
Savannah
Pooler.
Quarters again. Yeah.
The Germans got the job done. Franzi Knoch. I've been working on my Franzi Knoch. She was 3rd overall, and Vanessa Schlu was tied for 10th.
And I'll tell you this, golfers are people who cannot take compliments.
Oh,
if
really?
they don't win outright,
He's the
yeah.
boss so poorly.
yeah, I mean, you try to say, hey, nice job. It's like, oh, I could have done better.
Yeah.
But I think that's true of every golfer in the world. I just happen to see some of these players and try to say, hey, nice job. Oh, we didn't win. Come on.
They're like that during the round as well.
Yeah.
Frenzy, in fact, in the middle of her final round where she shot 73, 1 over par, maybe the second best round of the day, I think. I'm hitting my putter everywhere. I can't hit my putter.
Yeah, because
And it's
she's not draining it from 30 feet out. Or,
shot 73.
Yeah,
So yeah, I've never shot 73 in my life. We'll never come close.
on 9.
Putt golf maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah, they're
Maybe not
hard
even
on
on 9, yeah.
themselves and
But doing great. Busting it up.
Yeah, it was a
Yeah.
good start to the spring campaign. I know they would like to have finished better than 6th, but the scores were there. There was one bad round that I know they'd like to be able to throw away and start over. But a couple really solid scores, a 315 and a 311. Those are both very respectable scores, and they'll be right back at it this weekend. So I know they're excited to get it going again. And men's golf is having its little shindig next week. We're actually going to have Coach Danny Allen on the program again. We had him on a couple weeks ago and had some technical difficulties where the file got corrupted in export. We didn't get to show you that, but we brought him back in and chatted with Coach Danny Allen about the Sandshark Classic Monday and Tuesday out at Old Field. I know you like to come out and wander around a little bit and
I do.
see some golf. So
Yeah.
hope some of our viewers will as well. Come out to Old Field and see some golf. It should be fun, and it's kind of the lid lifter for the men. They played the one individual event out at Savannah Quarters, but this will be the first team event for them in the spring. And
This will be Monday and
should
Tuesday,
be good.
7th and 8th at Old Field.
correct.
Just up the road here from
In-
our South Campus.
In Okatee,
Okatee.
out in Okatee.
Yeah, so it'll be exciting. Look
Yeah, it
forward to
will.
that too.
And we'll meet with Coach in a few minutes, and he'll tell us a little bit more about the field and what to expect, and kind of preview their season. And
And speaking of field,
speaking of field and/or track,
and/or track,
I actually got to go see some track and field.
did you now?
Yeah,
Good for
took
you.
took my 5-year-old over to Savannah on Saturday. Saw about half of the meet at Savannah State, and some good performances. Unfortunately, I missed most of the
Yeah, right.
top performances. I didn't get there in time for the school record distance medley relay for the men. I missed Brandon Gordine in the hurdles, qualifying for nationals. I missed Nathan Wagner winning the javelin. I did get to see Becky Hayden win the high jump.
1.52 meters.
Yeah,
Outstanding.
yeah, she's kind of a neophyte at the high jump, but she's doing well, and even outjumped Taylor Superior, who's a really strong high jumper. So, and Becky was the Sun Conference Field Athlete of the Week for her troubles.
Field athlete
Of the month. Yes.
Of the month, yes.
There's not a lot of outdoor track in February, so
That's-
we made it a monthly award,
There you
and
go.
we'll commence with the weekly awards starting next week. But yeah, Becky looked good. Got to see the 4x4 women. We got some speedy women, man. They're looking good. Wags even ran a leg of the 4x8.
Did he?
Ran a blistering 200-meter split, and then croaked. Like I thought he might literally die. He came out of the blocks hard though.
Nathan
Man.
Wagner, again, a solid member of this community, not just of the team. He is
Fantastic kid, Nathan Wagner. Jumped on the track team a couple years ago to learn how to throw the javelin, and now he's I think he's a school record holder on the javelin, and he won the event over at Savannah State the other day. So
nice job, Wags.
Wags is a good dude for sure. So that's a lot. That's a lot of stuff going on, and it's like this every week from here to the end of school.
I know, which is only 8 more weeks, by the way.
Unreal.
If you are a student watching this at home, when you come back from spring break, there are 7 weeks of school left.
Wow.
And that's it.
Get her done.
Get her done. Woo!
So yeah, it's been a busy week, a whirlwind week, and we got another one ahead. Starting with baseball this weekend. Softball will be down in Gulf Shores, Alabama, for another tournament this weekend. Track will be back out there.
Next Thursday's game will be broadcast on the Beaufort County Channel as well. The softball.
That's correct.
On the 10th.
Yes, softball game 1 on the 10th. Game 2 on the Sandtrack Game Day Network. So yeah, a lot going on. Gonna be a fun week. And with that, let's talk to Coach Danny Allen about the Sandtrack Classic and USCB men's golf. Up next on Sandtrack Bites.
3, 2.
Joined now on Sandtrack Bites by men's golf coach Danny Allen for the second time, our second attempt at this. We tried a couple weeks ago and had some technical difficulties with the file, but a little more relevant today anyway. We're a few days closer to the Sandtrack Classic, going to be Monday and Tuesday out at Oldfield. Looks like the weather's going to be fantastic and always a great event, and I know we've got a great field in store again this year. What can we expect out at Oldfield next week?
Yeah, it'll be a great event. We got 12 teams. So a good field, and of course teams like Coastal and some conference teams, Thomas and so forth. But yeah, it's a good field, and we're excited to put on another great event out at Oldfield. And Oldfield's a great course, challenging and ability to score. So everything. So the weather will be good. Hopefully it stays that way. But yeah, it'll be a great event. Another good one for us.
Yeah, several top 25 teams in there. Coastal Georgia, 2-time defending national champion, I believe. So that'll be a team with the target on their back a little bit. And USCB's had great success in the event as well. Playing at home always helps. So I know the guys will be trying to keep the hardware at home.
Absolutely, yeah. We want to win. You know, we haven't had a win in a while. We've had some good tournaments and some good success, but definitely getting a victory would go a long way for the rest of the spring, for sure.
And the roster is a little thin right now, but we really like the 5 guys we can run out there from week to week. Of course, the seniors, Brad Curran and Judd Milam, have been really solid over the years, and again, so far this year, have just had the one individual event out at Savannah Quarters, but both of them played really well, so you have to feel pretty good going into the season with those guys.
Yeah, definitely. Brad and Judd are our 1-2 players. Kirk Mitchell, another senior, has had a great fall, but Brad and Judd, we just had the Savannah Quarter individual. A lot of Division I teams. We're the only non-Division I participant, and Brad almost won. And Judd played well the second round, and I think the weather was tough, and I think there's 5 under par rounds through 36 holes, and Brad and Judd were 2 of them. So Brad had a chance to win in the end, but both played really well, and we expect the same at the Sandshark and throughout the spring.
Yeah, those guys certainly can play, and if you haven't seen NAIA golf, it's no joke. There's some players, a lot of international players who maybe aren't NCAA qualified for whatever reason, but there's a lot of guys who can really play out there. We're going to see a lot of them this weekend. Of course, spectators always welcome. Just tell them at the gate you're going to the golf tournament, and come out and walk around a beautiful golf course at Oldfield. Check out some great golf. Going to be a fantastic way to kind of kick off the spring season. Tell us a little bit about some of the other stops coming up this spring before we get into conference tournament and national championships.
So we have we'll host at Oldfield, and then we'll turn around and leave a few days right after that. We'll go to Wilmington, Appalachian State, host a tournament there, and we'll play in that. Good Division I field as well, and we'll compete in that, and we'll turn around and go to North Alabama. And then we'll have the NAIA Golf Week in Orlando. So some really good tournaments, and we're excited about the spring before our conference.
Pretty tightly packed schedule this year. It seems like compact. Is that by design? Do you like to kind of stay in competition mode a little bit, play just about every week?
It was nice. You know, there's benefits of both, I think, but you know, it's tough to turn down some really good events to space them out. But you know, we travel, well, we host, and then we play about 4 of the next 5 weeks. So yeah, we're pretty jam packed right here, but it's good. Once I feel have our home tournament first, we can play really well. It just gives us momentum for the rest of the tournaments and to keep playing really well. So I think it's going to set up really well for us.
And as usual, the Sun Conference is one of the premier conferences in the country when it comes to NAIA golf. Several teams in the top 25. You're going to see some awesome competition when it comes to the Sun Conference Championship.
Yeah, absolutely. I think there's you know, Kaiser and Jwoo are in the top 5, I think, right now, and we're right there just outside the top 10 at number 11. But you know, Weber, Southeastern are all right there, you know, in the top 20. So yeah, it's a really deep conference, and it's going to be a really good competition come to the end.
All right, well, we're looking forward to it. I can't wait to get out to Oldfield for a couple days. Beautiful weather, beautiful golf course, and hopefully beautiful scores for the Sand Sharks.
Yeah, absolutely. Come out and support it. It's a beautiful course, and hopefully Sand Sharks come out with a victory.
Absolutely. Thanks for joining us on the show, Coach.
Absolutely.
All right, we'll be right back with more here on Sand Shark Bites.
At the University of South Carolina, Beaufort, we offer small classes, individual attention, and an affordable education in an atmosphere that fosters diversity and achievement.
We are students.
We field 9 Sand Shark sports teams that compete in the Sun Conference.
We are athletes.
We are one university with 2 campuses serving the coastal areas of South Carolina and Georgia.
We are the Low Country.
We are the fastest growing 4-year school in the University of South Carolina system. We are USCB.
All right, fingers crossed that you actually just saw an interview with Coach Danny Allen and that he's not cursed in this studio.
Corrupted.
But yeah, Danny's a good dude, and excited to see his team get after it out on the home course next week. Hopefully keep that hardware at home. We've done it a couple of times over the years. It'd be nice to do it again. But one last order of business today before we wrap things up, and that's to choose our Sand Shark Bites Athlete of the Week. And it was a tough one this week. We had a lot of really good performances. I mean, I had a tough time doing some of the Player of the Week nominations this week, choosing just one for some of those awards. But when you tie a school record set by a guy who's a couple of small steps away from the big leagues with the St. Louis Cardinals,
Go Cards.
You've done something pretty special.
Yeah, absolutely.
So our Sand Shark Bites Athlete of the Week is Julio De Pena. Julio had a fantastic outing. To quote Brian Llewellyn, he pitched his deleted
Hat off.
He pitched his rear end off, we'll say, against Ave Maria on Saturday to finish off a 3-game sweep. He went 8 2/3 innings and would have been out of it except for a wild throw that would have been the third out. Kept the game going, or kept the inning going. Blake Drew came in and got the save, but Julio gave up 3 runs, 1 earned. He struck out 12, which ties Michael Heish's school record from 2011, and did not walk anybody, which is a phenomenal
That's amazing.
performance, just phenomenal. And Julio's going to be back out on the mound, presumably on Saturday again against Florida Memorial. So come on out to Hardyville and see him in person. This kid, he can sling it, man.
Yeah.
He's a junior from San Juan, Puerto Rico. Came to us from Pensacola State, and if you haven't seen him pitch, it's a lot of fun. He compares himself to Yordano Ventura of the Kansas City Royals, and having seen him now, it's an apt comparison, except that Julio is a much nicer person and in much better spirits. He's not gonna start fights or throw beanballs like Yordano Ventura, but he certainly can pitch the daylights out of it. He throws hard, and he's got a lot of flavor. He's a fun guy.
He says he got 5 pitches.
Is that what he says?
That's what he says.
I believe it. He's got some nasty stuff. So congratulations to Julio. Keep up the great work, buddy, and hopefully we'll get you on the show one of these days. I know he said he wants to come on the show sometime. So
Outstanding. Outstanding.
that would be a treat, definitely, for our viewers to get to spend a little time with Julio. He's a fantastic kid and a heck of a pitcher. So that's going to do it for another episode of Sand Shark Bites. We'll be right back here, same time next week. And until then, keep those fins up.